aisle waste, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Howell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
Oh, hey, Grandpa.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
I mean, I could have played this entrance back, or I could have played In the Garden with Carol Ann. You know, either one.
Either or.
It is In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. She's taking your calls, 622-9622. Any questions you have about your grass, your lawn, your trees, your plants, your shrubs, your gardens, she can answer any of the questions. And if she doesn't get the answer for you today,
well,
she'll figure out a way to get the answer to you.
Get you the answer. And remember the In the Garden page on Facebook, the group page. If you're not a member, just ask to join. It's there to ask questions. I get notified if something pops up, and that, even if somebody's just posting a picture, I like to like your pictures or make a comment and things like that. I occasionally, I don't post a lot on there, but it's there as a service for you, the listener, to reach out if you say you've got something you can't call me till next Tuesday, and this happens today at 5 o'clock. Right. There's a good chance I can get you an answer by tonight, kind of thing. That,
and I give you a prototype of a question you could ask. Yeah. I ask it off the air when Carol Ann first walked in. I go, my mom, who it's not my mom, it's a peace lily.
It's spathiphyllum, yeah.
But I've had it for 11 years now since her death. It was one of the flowers that was given. Actually, a former radio station I worked at, MOP, ESPN Radio.
Right.
They sent it as a
condolence.
A condolence for my mother passing. Brady Ackerman and Chris Doring sent it to me. So it's very important to me. But I've put her in a bigger pot, about years 5 years ago. And I notice now, she's in the sun 10 hours a day. Her leaves are yellow and brown. And so I ask, Am I leaving her in the sun too much?
Yep.
That's a question I could put on Facebook and
Yeah,
you'll be able to
and,
answer.
and you could take a picture of it and post a picture going, this is my plant. It looks poorly. What's going on with it?
Right, and you can get feedback within, she checks that page
I
every day.
I do check it. I may not check it while I'm at work, but occasionally if I'm at lunch, I may take a look, especially if something pops up. So.
You're on with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom, Carol Ann.
Hey, Sonny.
This is Sonny calling. What plants can grow in shade? It's like a bright shade.
Okay.
But I had 3 there. I don't know their names. I got a gray thumb, but anyway, they all died.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that they weren't getting any direct sunlight until about an hour or so before sunset.
Oh my,
in this time of year.
Right. Are you looking for just like annuals and perennials, or are you looking for a shrub kind of thing?
Like annuals or perennials.
Okay, just
I
something
would
to bring
say.
a little more color in. Yeah, you can do. There's different kinds of begonias you can do, and they're sold as an annual, but they last for years. Same with the impatiens. Great bloomers, bring in good color. Again, it's one of those things. They may be sold as an annual, but they really act as a perennial.
And they work good in light shade. Taurina is another one. That one also goes by wishbone plant. It's kind of a white tubular-ish flower with like a little, I guess it's a wishbone somewhere on there, either pink or purple like on the edge of it. They're really pretty. They're pretty as well. So there's a few of them.
About how high do they get?
I'd say you're looking anywhere between 12 inches, 18 inches on any of these.
Right. That's basically what I'm, looking for.
Right.
But what really bothers me is you don't go to the right place. They'll sell you a plant and say, yeah, it'll grow in shade. It's a perennial or whatever.
Right.
I just pulled the last one dead plant out this couple of days ago here.
Right, and sometimes, that they'll last for a few years. Even perennials, they're not always really long-lasting. Another would be hostas even, but I know in the chain I work at, our plants come in with the tags that have, or many of the tags are yellow, orange, or purple. Yellow would be full sun, it's highlighted with that. Orange would be like a morning sun, or no more than 3 to 6 hours of direct sun throughout the day.
And purple's moonlight.
Purple is no direct sun at all. And that makes it nice. Or the other tags, you may actually have to bring a hand lens with you to find it on the tag and
to read it.
To read it. Sometimes it's really small print, but most all of them will tell you what their sunlight requirements are.
Right. All right. Thank you. Oh, by the way, how about camellias?
Camellias are a wonderful shrub for
Thanks
the
for the call,
shaded
Sonny.
area. And also you might even consider gardenias for shaded areas. And I always call them the old-fashioned azaleas. The ones that really bloom like one time a year.
Right.
Those are your old-fashioned azaleas.
You're on with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tom. Good morning, Carol Ann. This is Jose.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a shout-out to the Facebook page. People ask a lot of legitimate questions for Florida plants and shrubbery. It's a good page. Y'all should check it out.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Joe, you're just top notch. I tell you what, pal. You're just top notch. Top notch. And you're a hell of a Santa Claus. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
There you go.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call, Jose.
Thanks for calling.
You know who that was.
Yeah.
It's my buddy Joe.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, too.
Yeah.
Does a lot for the community and everything.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
So, but people don't realize that just because they don't get you here,
right?
There's a lot of different places. First off, they can come to where you work, Lowe's.
They can come find me.
Lady Lake.
And I have had many listeners stop by and say hi, or they'll your young lady.
Yeah.
She has come by, and unfortunately, I was crazy busy that day, so I didn't get a chance.
She
to
delivers.
chat.
She delivers in that area,
Yeah.
so she was
So
like,
she
"I'm going
was
to talk to Caroline
I
Baldwin."
think I stop in. Yeah, but even had a gentleman. He says he's in a delivery truck all day. And he goes, so he gets to listen to the show off and on.
Right.
So he happened to have been in the area and stopped in, and it was like it's cool.
Don't you
when
like
that happens, yeah.
people go in? I've had this happen numerous times. People go, "I just wanted to put a face with the voice."
Yes, I have had that, and a lot of times because I'm loud.
No.
Yeah.
I would have no idea you're loud because I'm loud.
You're loud. Yeah. So we could be heard. Yeah. So sometimes people go, "Aren't you the they'll be across? Aren't you the lady from the radio?" And it's like,
it happens to me all. I was in Formaggio's.
Okay.
And a lady stopped me. She goes, "Are you Tom Schmitz?" And I'm thinking, "Dude, I don't owe her money." And I go, "Yes." She goes, "We love the show. We listen to it all the time." Carol Ann, Matt. She started listing off all the things.
Okay, so you know.
And I was like, well, I appreciate you listening.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, but when he asked, when Sonny brought up a good point. Know what you're looking for.
Yes.
And know how to ask the right questions.
Yes.
Because some people will. You go to some of these big box stores, and some people are there just to make that minimum wage paycheck, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that'll work. Whatever you need."
Or that they're not familiar. Especially, I mean, plants are something special. You have a big department in a big box store.
Yes.
And there is more than just plants there.
Certainly.
And you have more like
there's fencing and there's gardening.
Right, there's 4 or 5 people that probably can point you to the plants better than others can.
Right.
And
I always find it safe. I watch around and I watch the man or woman who's taking special care to water the plants and everything, and they're working them,
putting them away.
Yeah, they're moving the plants around. I go, well, they working plants.
The guy who's grabbing that fence panel off the back or some blocks
probably doesn't work in plants.
Might not work in the plants quite as much. But then again, same thing with. If I'm putting plants away, why do you want to ask me a fence question? I can answer it.
But why?
Because
I'm
that's
in
my
plants. Right.
But there's 4 other people right over there.
But you cannot go wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Caroline Baldwin and where she works, they do a great job.
Yeah,
but
love
you
to help
cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong if you go by Bob Wine's Community Gardens.
That's true. That's true.
Everybody there is knowledgeable about all their plants.
It's an actual nursery, and
right.
and that's where and I hate to say this. I know my boss knows I say this often. If you're looking for something different and unique, go to an independent nursery.
Yes.
If you're looking for someone who would plant them for you,
go to a nursery.
Go to an independent. If you're looking for landscape design, go to a nursery. Big box stores you're going in because you're going to buy 100
because I'm going to buy 2 bell peppers and I'm going to put them in a pot to grow on my front porch.
Or I'm going to buy 100 bedding plants to put in, and I can get a cheap price here. And I need 50 bags of mulch, and I'm gonna do. That's. In all honesty, I mean,
I need rock, and I need 8 or 10 bags of rock to put around my flower bed so the water runs and drains right.
Right.
Big box store is good for that.
Yeah. And I'm going to get a couple trees. Oh, I want to take a look at. They just got a new shipment of crepe myrtles in. Let me see what they have as compared to where I just went. Right. I'm shopping for things. So make your purchases. So I support small businesses, and your independent nurseries are definitely small local businesses because their suppliers are usually, I'll say local. They're within the state.
Because there's a big
and again are mom and pop kind of places.
You drive out 484.
Yes.
And in between the interstate and 301 on 484 is a massive tree farm.
Yes.
Where you can see magnolias and dogwoods and pine trees and oak trees. I mean, any kind of tree you want. It's a massive thing. And I stopped in there the other day because I was interested.
Right.
I said, who is your biggest client? Because I was out trying to think about radio and all. He goes, nurseries.
Yeah.
Because we grow the trees, and then they come and buy them from us.
They order them from them, and they get them in. And where a big box store, you come in and you go, hey, listen, can you get me this tree? And I go, probably not.
Right.
Yeah, I might.
I need
be
a
able to-
3. Can
if
you
I
get me? Can you get me a 4-foot magnolia tree? And can I get it by tomorrow?
Yeah, not.
Probably not.
Probably not. But your independent nursery may have one.
I can go to Bob Warren's right now, and trust me, I was
he
there
might
walking
not-
around a week
He might
ago.
not say he can get you one tomorrow, but by the end of the week.
Well, no.
Chance.
The other day I was there
Yeah.
about a week ago. They had about 20 magnolias in pots that were about 3 foot tall.
Right. Just as as an example, a couple of years ago, I had a gentleman looking for 25 trees. We won't go through what kind they were, and I said, "Yeah, I think I can get them." Made a phone call to our supplier, big supplier. Oh yeah, we can get them on your next order. Fantastic. Well, my next order came in, and they weren't there. And I called them up, and they says, "Oh, well, they got potted up. They won't be ready for another 8 weeks."
Well, that's not what you told
and
me.
I went, "Yeah, I sold this guy this tree in this size pot. You told me you had them."
And you do have them 8 weeks from now.
8 weeks from now, you have them in a larger pot, which he's going to get at the price of the smaller pot, plus the larger order I had to create in order to. So it actually took me about 4 months to get him those trees.
That's a pain in the keister.
Mm-hmm. It was very aggravating for me and very aggravating for them, and it was So when you're looking for those big projects and stuff, just because the big box store might have a cheaper price
doesn't always mean it's a better
necessarily
situation.
make a better situation.
Right.
Independent nurseries, even though I work for a big box store,
Independent nurseries will never steer you wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I love. And by the way, go to Bob Wine's, walk around the 5+ acres with no intention of buying anything. Just go take the walk.
Go take this. It's just a beautiful
You're going
place
to buy
You're
something.
going to buy something. And they are the place. If you are looking for camellias in the wintertime mostly, but I think they have the pictures of all the varieties they have on their Facebook page, that you're going to find all the different ones, not just 5 or 6.
Right. You're going to find every option of camellia that you could think of.
Well, because you look at their name.
Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens.
Yeah.
Exactly. With this time of year, it's late May, middle May, coming up on June. Are there any things that this is the time of the year that you should start looking for to make sure that you take care of in your gardens?
I think last week we talked about the possibility of solarization.
Yep.
So, we're not doing that now. We're going to do that in another, say, July to August or, end of June, July part when it's just too dang hot to get out there and do a whole lot more. If this year, I don't think we're having the rush as we did last year. If you're going to do a fall garden, and even contemplating your spring garden next year, anytime you're gardening, you're always planning months in advance. Look at your seeds now. Look at the seed racks in the stores now, because last year we ran out.
Yes.
We literally ran out of vegetable and flower seeds.
So now, some of that could be equated to people had more time on their hands because of the lockdown.
Home, the children were home, the lockdown, and this and that, and the concern of being able to have fresh produce and something to do. It gives the children something to do as well. But you may still find that people have been gardening, continued to garden more. And so if you're looking for things, or last year you had a hard time getting it, or you couldn't get the seeds in the fall because guess what? The seed racks were gone. You might want to make sure that you've got your seed now. It keeps in the fridge.
If I started if I built a planter box, which I don't have any mechanical inclination, so I couldn't build it. But if I was going to build one, say 6 foot by 8 foot.
3 foot by 8 foot.
Okay, 3 foot by 8 foot.
Right.
Okay, we're going to build one like that. Could I start once the planter? Say I built it this weekend. Mm-hmm. Could I then start by using that as a compost collection place for next year?
Yes. Yes, you could. You could
put
do
banana peels and stuff like that.
Put everything, all your yard clippings and things like that. And I would start probably at like one section at a time. Don't just spread it on the bottom.
Right.
Get a nice pile here, then start another pile, and then start another pile. You can. I'd probably start one, and put one, and then you could turn them and then start another pile and start, to where.
And by
after a
next
while-
by next planting
by next
season,
planting season, you're going to at least have some compost to get yourself started with it.
to put the soil on
put
top
some
of.
soil on top of, right? Yeah, whatever else you might need, some extra compost.
And now a
and
planter
mix.
box, if I get it right, if I build it right, it's not on the ground. It's actually, would it just be on the ground, or is it a piece of wood that you put dirt on top of?
Yeah, normally we don't put any. Usually
There's
it
no
does
bottom.
contact with the
Okay.
earth below.
Okay.
You would kill
So you
off
put
the
a
weeds or
weed thing- right.
clean the weeds off, and maybe even spade or lightly till that bottom just
Okay.
to soften, so that you know you're going to get good water percolation down through. You can put your weed fabric down and then put your raised bed on. If your raised bed is going to be at least 10 inches tall,
Right.
put the weed fabric down and go ahead and go. If you're just going to go, I'm going to contain the soil in this, just going the height of landscape timber, you're going to spade all the way down.
I was thinking
and you're
about
just
3
gonna go.
landscape timbers tall.
Okay, so 3, 6, 9 inch.
That's 10 inches, almost
9,
10
10
inches.
inches.
tall.
Yeah.
Maybe go 4 inches, 4 landscape timbers.
Go 4 high. Then you could put your weed fabric down, fill it with your compost and favorite garden blend mixes, which you can buy. You can buy bagged from your local big box store, or you can buy it bulk. If you've got a pickup truck, hit one of the dirt yards. They have garden.
We're not putting
mixes.
dirt in the back of the Cadillac.
No, pick 'em up truck.
Yeah,
Pick 'em up, trailer.
we don't have a truck.
No, but I mean, you can do them that way as well. You don't have to buy it that way. You could go and get a load of soil. A garden mix is what they call those, and they have the proper balance of compost and sphagnum and different things like that make a good mix. And then fill it up and get growing.
But you can put your leaves, your grass, your food products and all that will rotten.
Right.
You can start that as a compost pile right now, and
Right.
it'll actually have fermented and
cooked down,
cooked
yeah,
down
cooked
enough
down.
where you could use some of it next season.
Yes. You can also do what they call a lasagna garden, and no, we're not growing wheat and sausage and mozzarella. We put down the.
If you could grow some mozzarella, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, there's a cow out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But you're layering your composting material. Shredded newspaper, your grass clippings and kitchen waste, and a little bit of soil, and you keep layering this through, and you get up to the top, and you dress it off with some compost that lasts 6 inches or so, and you can plant right in that. Those roots will go down, and they're going to help to break that down too.
Of course they are.
But you don't have to necessarily wait.
And you brought up something that a lot of people forget about.
Yeah.
Your basic newspaper is good for your compost pile.
Yes, your shredded. Yeah, and I would you're tearing it into
I mean,
strips.
your magazine, your glossy magazines, and
right?
all aren't any good.
Your ads in the Sunday paper.
But newsprint is fine.
Because it's soy-based ink.
Right.
And it's just paper.
Yeah, people think they can't put it in there because of the ink and everything.
Yeah, no,
it's
that
soy-based
doesn't-
ink, and it breaks down quickly
It does break
too.
down quickly, especially if you put it through a shredder. If you can sit there or rip it, if you don't want to spend the day going, but if you say you're getting ready to go do something in the garden, break out the shredder, shred a little bit of it, throw it in there. You can use that as a mulch in the garden. It's gonna break down, and it may not be necessarily as attractive, but it's one way to recycle out something if you're looking to to do like that.
622-9622 is the number to call if you want to talk with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. 622-9622 is the number to call. Talk with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Got a few minutes left. If you had to give somebody right now a tip on preparing for fall vegetable planting and all,
okay.
what would your tip be right now? Because, like you said, you need to think months ahead.
You're thinking far enough in advance. Best thing to do is we always talk about crop rotation. Is realizing your tomatoes, your peppers, your eggplant, all those things are all in the same family. So you can't put them in the same spot.
Because the dirt's already exhausted.
It's been exhausted. Or your pest issues and disease issues. You could plant your fall beans in there, or say your cabbage or broccoli there. Move your early fall tomatoes and that to another spot. And that way you're not, you have a chance, at least a little bit of rotation on that. depending on how big your garden is how good you're actually able to rotate, that you may need to, that's where solarization helps. But you don't need to start any seed until, like say August for your tomato plants, and end of July, 1st of August, depending on how quickly you want to plant them out. And look at your frost date. Our last expected frost date, I know we just finished with the other one in March, is the 15th of November. So
that's our first expected one.
That's our first expected one for this coming year would be that. So if you're looking at your the seed packet says this takes 72 days for harvest, you need to count from that 15th of November back to go, I need to have this in the ground by this time so that I can have a harvest before a possibility of freeze.
So 15 and 31 is 46, and 30 is 76. So you need to have it in by September 1st.
Right.
See how I did that?
So that was quick. That was good. I'd have needed my fingers.
Yeah. It's one of those gifts I have.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, how do you add 27 plus 48?
Yeah.
I go 20 plus 40, 60, 7 plus 8 is 15, 60 plus 15, 75.
Yeah, see, I did that. 7 times 8 is 15. Carry the 1. 5 carry the 1.
Right. I see people doing the carry the 1. Yeah. See people doing the carry the 1 thing, and I don't get that.
That's the way you learned.
I just know 20 and 60 is.
That's like the new math.
I know 20 and 40 is 60. 8 and 7 is 15. 60 and 15 is 75. Yeah. And I'm interested in the way people learn all those things.
Because that's the way. I mean, the way I learned it is the way the way it was taught in school.
And I learned the way it was taught in school.
Yeah.
But I developed this
your
other
own
way
to do, especially on some basic.
And I did it because in poker, I played poker for a long time.
You have to be able.
You have to be able to do math
quickly
on the quick to figure out odds and everything. Yeah. So you come up with different ways to do it. Hey, Carol Ann, tell people how they can find you. We already talked about the Facebook page, but talk about it again.
Okay, it's the In the Garden Facebook page. It is a group page. You do have to ask to join. Just ask to join. I just ask you not to try to sell anything on it.
And don't be mean to anybody.
Don't be mean to anybody. Be nice. And also they can find me. I work at the Lowe's down in Lady Lake, right there off 441.
And that's right. You do. Susan has stopped in there to try to talk to you before.
Yeah.
Carol Ann, thanks for being here. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, yep.
It is In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source. Coming up next, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Auto. Auto repair with personal care with Matt Gibbs. Next, right here on The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
COVID-19 deaths in America is down 81% since April of 2020. Nearly 157 million Americans have been vaccinated. The White House continues to encourage all Americans to get the vaccine.
If the unvaccinated get vaccinated, they will protect themselves. If they do not, states with low vaccination rates may see those rates go up, may see this progress reversed. Those who are not vaccinated will end up paying the price.
The United States is gearing up to spread the COVID-19 vaccines throughout the world. White House spokesperson Jen Psaki.
The United States will send 20 million doses to help countries battling the pandemic. This is in addition to sending all of the manufactured AstraZeneca vaccine doses overseas. This is the most doses donated by any country in the world.
The CDC announced Thursday that fully vaccinated people can go without masks in most situations. USA Radio News.
Hello, this is Wayne Alaroot for our newest sponsor, Asset Strategies, or ASI for short. ASI is a precious metals powerhouse. They sell gold and silver. Never in history has there been a more important moment to buy gold and silver. ASI has been in business for 39 years. They've served over 20,000 clients and sold $5 billion worth of gold, silver, and precious metals with zero complaints. Last year, gold saw gains of 25%. Silver nearly doubled gold's performance. Now Democrats are in charge. Green